Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. So I'm Ben Phillips. I'm the lead for the Earth, Surface, and Interior focus area at NASA headquarters. That's our solid Earth research programs and mission area. And yeah, I'd just like to share a bit of perspective with you on NASA's interest in the science of SZ4D and mention some resources that I think this community can take advantage of. So Earth, Surface, and Interior at NASA ESI, we fundamentally in our research programs include tectonics in the Earth system and plate boundary and magmatic processes. These are three of our 7 identified key priority areas in our strategic plan. So we've long supported basic research in these areas using remote sensing in particular. And we've invested in particular areas of relevance, including GNSS, earthquake early warning, tsunami genesis and tsunami early warning. We've been an active participant in some SZ4D related initiatives as well, such as the modeling collaboratory for subduction, where we supported participation of NASA Ames high-end computing center staff, and also in the seafloor geodesy workshops and community discussions, which is an area of interest, leveraging NASA's background in precise positioning of moving platforms using GNSS and other techniques. So I really wanted to primarily raise awareness about some key NASA data and products that will contribute to SZ4D science. In previous meetings of this community, you've heard presentations on NISAR in particular, which is really going to be a game changer. For our community. This NISAR is the NASA Indian Space Research Organization SAR mission, synthetic aperture radar mission. And NISAR has been a long time coming, many iterations over decades to work towards getting a US SAR mission in space. The pandemic further delayed NISAR, as in fact it did for nearly all of our missions, but NISAR is on track for a January 2024 launch if everything continues as planned. And all the data from NISAR are going to be free and open. They'll be available through the Alaska Satellite Facility beginning mid-2024 timeframe. And what NISAR is going to do, it's going to be producing interferograms, so to look at land surface displacement for all land acquisitions globally every 12 days. We're anticipating capturing a large number of earthquakes over the mission duration and imaging ground deformation signatures from the pixel scale of about 10 meters up to 50 kilometer and larger scales. This is going to capture coseismic and interseismic deformation, transient processes. And I think it's worth noting for the subduction zone target that at the long wavelength of L-band, which NISAR has, it's going to be the first radar mission to provide this kind of regular global imaging of ground deformation for areas that are blanketed in thick vegetation. So that includes all of the world's subduction zones, areas that we really haven't been able to adequately image with radar interferograms across vegetated subduction zones. To capitalize on NISAR, we have a project called Observational Products for End Users from Remote Sensing Analysis, the OPERA project. And this is going to provide additional analysis-ready data products for the broader community. So trying to broaden the user base. So you don't necessarily have to be a SAR expert to pick up these data products. And it's going to include, OPERA is going to include North America displacement product, as well as a lower level North America single look complex product that's going to support more user specific needs for analysis of change detection or other interests. These Opera products are going to be combined. Sentinel-1 from ESA, the Sentinel-1 mission, along with NISAR. And so we're actually start releasing these Sentinel-1 products beginning this next year. And we can share, the resources, the links for you to track these through NISAR at NASA or Opera, OPE, RA at NASA. And I just want to conclude by saying, I understand from the ongoing discussions and from the reports that the SZ4D community is producing that you all see remote sensing as an essential technique to meet the goals of this initiative, and we certainly see that as well. And I understand there's interest in seeing NASA involved in supporting this work here. I have to say that I haven't really seen a groundswell of specific ideas on what type of involvement you're seeking. We will continue to promote awareness and accessibility of NISAR and other resources that are going to be brought to bear on subduction zone science. That really goes without saying. And we're listening and interested if the SZ4D community has ideas for other steps to leverage NASA's unique capabilities in remote sensing, airborne and spaceborne missions. So I encourage you all to let me, my colleagues at NASA headquarters, Gerald Bawden is the program scientist in charge of NISAR at NASA headquarters, Kevin Reith, our colleague. Let us know if you have specific ideas that you'd like us to consider, and we'd enjoy exploring that with you. So I wish you all a great workshop, and thanks again for the opportunity to speak.